we go. We're gonna position that right there. All right. So what we're doing right now is we're warming up the hamstrings before we roll into quads. For those of you wondering, the Echovision beaters right now, they're on sale. Well, technically it's a tank top, Echovision tank top, on sale, TikTok shop. Those of you on YouTube, obviously you can't access TikTok shop there, but on my other social medias, I do have these products in my bio. Go check them out. So today's a quad day, as I said. We're warming up the hamstrings to prepare for working the quads. And all that's gonna do is it's gonna help aid in preventing like knee pain and other things just from getting those joints moving. George, what's up? Good to see you. Thanks for joining me today. If you guys haven't yet, go check out the YouTube, because TikTok is probably going to get banned. So stay in tune for that. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but we all know how things go here. Our country doesn't want us to have easy access to information. So go check out the other social medias if you have a chance. All right. All right. That's enough of that. Time to go to the quads. We're going to do some hack squats today. This is by far my favorite leg machine in the entire gym. Now, personally, I'm never too anxious to work my quads because recovery always takes several days. But we never skip leg day. This band doesn't have a whole lot of life left in it. Those of you wondering what the purpose of the resistance band is, helps to take some of the resistance off at the bottom of the rep, which is where you're going to hit your sticking point. And it'll, as you're going back up in your rep, then that resistance profile changes. It starts to get lighter. So The band just helps with the sticking point of each rep. So you can still very effectively, progressively overload your workouts while not having to worry as much about that point where you'll normally stick. Again, guys, the EchoVision tank tops are posted in the TikTok shop. And for YouTube, who's also watching right now, sorry about it. I do have EchoVision posted up in my profiles across all my social media accounts though. So if you guys are interested, there is access. And my social media handle is the same as the YouTube handle across all of the different social medias. All right, we're gonna hit some hack squats. Right now we got 2 plates. This is lightweight. We're just gonna take it for a little roll. I might have to take my shoes off when I load it up heavier. These soles are a little bit too soft. Oh yeah, it's good stuff. Yep, taking the shoes off. So again, I've said this before on my accounts. I'm gonna say it again. The soles on your shoes are spongy. They're designed to absorb impact. However, when you're doing a heavy leg day, deadlifting, squatting, even in the machines like a hack squat, that's causing your ankle to roll around. So your ankle is on that sole, and that sole is kind of flexing under there. You have a lack of stability. So either doing flat-soled, hard-soled shoes or taking your shoes off and going barefoot are the 2 best ways to avoid stability issues while working out. Any thoughts on carnivore diet while trying to build? You gotta eat a lot. So because carnivore diet is basically pure protein and fat, you gotta remember, protein is extremely what is the word I'm trying to think of? It's got a high thermic effect. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. Thermic. So what that means is about 1/3 of the amount of protein, of the amount of calories in each gram of protein that you consume is burned in digestion. That's why it has such a high thermic effect. So you're not getting as much of the energy out of the protein as you would want because so much of it's burning off just in digestion. So increasing fats while on carnivore diet, making sure that you're getting a high amount of calories is essential, because with how high of protein that you're eating, you're gonna struggle with getting enough calories. Hey Jay, it's good to see you, buddy. I'm glad that you're doing well. I'm glad that you're here. Frantic, how's the situation? Improving slowly. I gotta tell you guys, like, therapy has been wonderful. I didn't used to believe in therapy, and now I'm 100% behind it. So if you guys are having some sort of mental issue that you're trying to work through, by all means, like, not every therapist is a good therapist, but you have enough options out there. Go get therapy. If you don't like your therapist, you can switch therapists, but it's well worth it. Chad, green is my favorite color. I like it more than blue and yellow combined. That's funny. Thank you, Jay. All right, time to increase this weight. I am tired. I gotta say, like, even though my life is slowly improving and getting better, excuse me, I've been struggling with sleep lately, and I've been stressed out for other reasons. So it's a process. It's not always easy, and it's not supposed to be easy. But that's why we have to just keep showing up, keep pushing yourself. Things get better with time. Just like building muscle, it takes time. Okay, let's see. Only gonna do a few reps on this because I don't want to burn myself out before the heavy weight. I definitely have some tightness in my hips today. Yeah. Definitely not a fan of the hips getting all freaking locked up. So one thing that we can do to unlock the hips is some just dynamic warm-ups, like what I'm doing right now. Just a little bit of hip stretching, getting some flexion and extension out of the hips, out of the knees. Really, guy, what's up? Same thing on this side, a little bit of flexion and extension. We don't want to do static stretching during a workout, because what the static stretching will do is it actually causes your muscles to cool down and relax. We don't want to be relaxed when we're working out. And all of the literature now is pointing to the fact that static stretching decreases performance. So if you're going to do static stretches, do them after your workout. Whereas before a workout, you want to do dynamic stretching or dynamic warm-ups. Those are warm-ups that involve movement. Oh, I caught it, Chad. I saw it. The whole green and yellow mixed together. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. All right. All right, we're bumping up to 5 plates. That's a pretty big bump. So we're bumping it up by 180 pounds. But because my legs are one of the strongest parts of my body, I can kind of get away with this. So we've got 5 plates on each side. I'm gonna make it happen. I am a little on the sore side. I'm not too happy with how I'm feeling right now. I was really hoping I would make it up to 8 plates on each side today. But with how my hips are feeling and how my back is, I think I might get up to 6 and just try to rep out 6 plates. We got our smelling salts. I probably won't use these on this set, but I'm getting them ready because I will be using them soon. I recently ran a marathon in Sweden. I realized I was lost when I crossed the finish line. That's funny. Sweden and Finland. I'm glad that you're coming up with new content, Chad, because I need that. The humor's nice. All right, time to suck it up. Probably gonna go for maybe 2 or 3 reps here. See how it feels. Got 5 plates on each side. Not too bad. One of these days, I'll have to get myself some knee sleeves. I'm a big fan though of letting my joints catch up. So like, I don't ever go super heavy. I don't try to increase the weight super quick because I want my joints to also adapt as I'm working out. And that's why I'm able to do such heavy weight on the hack squats and have such a low stance with my feet where my knees are going way over my toes and not experience knee pain. It's because my body has had time to adapt to the movements. A lot of people fear the knee pain, so they just wear knee wraps the entire time. And in my opinion, unless you're powerlifting and you're going to a meet, those knee wraps actually inhibit your body's ability to adapt. They don't improve it. They will assist the lifts though. Jay, I've been doing good, man. I've been doing good. The sleep is still kind of like on and off, but it's like, I'm averaging more than I was. So like, whereas before it was like between 2 and 5 hours a night, now I'm getting between like 5 and 8. I would say I average around like 5.5, 6 hours. So things are getting better, for sure. Giovanni, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm trying to look good. I'm trying to bulk, so I'm losing some of my good looks. That's the body dysmorphia talking. All right, 6 plates. All right. Yes, thank you, Jay. Tank tops, like the one that I'm wearing right now, are linked in the cart below for TikTok, specific to TikTok YouTubers. You can find these in my other social media bios. I don't know if there's a way for me to post links in YouTube's, on YouTube's main profiles, so I don't know. But for TikTok, it is all linked right to the TikTok shop. Easy access. And there's a sale going on right now specific to TikTok shop. All right, 6 plates. Again, this is a weight that I should be pretty good with. I usually can rep this out pretty easily. We'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Try and change my foot stance here. I like having my feet a little lower. There we go. That burns. All right. Yeah, I'm from Michigan. I made a graph of my past relationship It has an x-axis and a y-axis. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. Whew. Hasta la pasta, Chad. You have a good day, buddy. Thanks for joining me. All right, I gotta grab more plates here. Seven plates. All right. So one hard part about doing leg days is we're at a point where I basically take up almost all the plates in the entire gym. And it definitely can be a pain in the ass. Pardon my language, guys. Trying to watch what I say on social media these days. But yeah, running around the gym, grabbing all the plates. And then everybody's like staring at you when you're doing it too. And besides like talking to my friends in the gym, I usually try to stay to myself for the most part. And even when I'm like filming, I'm trying to get the camera so the angle is mostly focused on me. And I don't know. Having all these plates though, it can get a little bit awkward. My hip is still super tight, but I really wanted to test 7 plates out, see if I can't get a few reps at 7. What part of Michigan? I'm in the southeast portion of Michigan, fairly close to Detroit. I'm like around 30 to 40 minutes east of Detroit. Got to shake up the smelling salts. I might have to add water to these soon though. I think they're starting to dry out. And that's the thing with ammonia. If it starts to dry out, it loses a lot of its potency. So adding a little bit of water to it from time to time can help. Guys, if you haven't yet, please go follow the YouTube channel. Go follow the Instagram too, because TikTok is probably not going to be here for too much longer. All of my handles for TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, they're all the same handle. It's all IAST training, all one word. So please go check them out, subscribe, comment any questions that you guys have on my videos so I can do response videos. YouTube, I'm gonna start pushing more YouTube content soon. I apologize to all of you who have been waiting. It's really, YouTube is not as easy to utilize because YouTube's editing software is just not on par with TikTok and Instagram. And Instagram's not on par with TikTok, but it's better than YouTube. Hey, Garrett. Oh, never mind. He's got his headphones in. All right, we're about to have to suck it up. 7 plates. Anything over 1 rep is acceptable to me, especially with how my legs feel right now. Whew. Oh, that hits. Let's get it. Good shit. Let's go for 2. Good. Oh, my watch almost called emergency services on me. That would have been awkward. That's funny. So everybody out there, you got to take heed to these words. You cannot get big unless you're willing to lift heavy. It doesn't go, that concept doesn't apply to beginners. As a beginner, you're gonna get muscle just from basically looking at weights at this point. Like, beginner gains are real. Your first 2 years in the gym, you could probably put on 30 to 40 pounds of muscle in that first year. Well, reasonably between like 20 and 40. And then in the second year, we're talking like between 10 and 20 pounds. And by the third year in the gym, that's when you're gonna start to see a diminishing effect in the gains, because you're peaking over that beginner gain spectrum. But for all of you who are trying to build a lot of muscle, who are not beginners, you have to lift heavy weight. You have to. There's no other choice. Carnivore diet while trying to bulk. I think it's really hard to bulk on the carnivore diet just because of how much that you have to eat. And personally, I think carnivore diet can be great for cutting just because of the high protein content. When it comes to bulking, the carbs are really, they're super convenient to have. It's easy to consume carbs. And when we look at the literature behind effectiveness of protein in a bulk versus a cut, you want higher protein in your cut than you do want for your bulk. There's going to be a point in diminishing effects of protein content the more calories that you're eating. So, the typical scale in the literature today is between 0.7 grams of protein per pound of lean body mass up to 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass while bulking. Whereas when you're cutting, that spectrum can change to between 0.7 grams of protein per pound of lean mass all the way to around like 1.6 to even in some cases 2 grams per pound of lean body mass. So carnivore diet, very hard to manipulate when it comes to bulking, very easy to manipulate when it comes to cutting. I hope that helps. That's pretty in-depth. And of course, when we're talking steroid use, that also changes the spectrum of protein because your body becomes a lot more efficient when you have those synthetic hormones in your system. All right. We're about to hit the 7 plates again. This will be my last set on this machine. A lot of people ask me how I got big legs, how I got big shoulders. My legs and my shoulders are my 2 best body parts, like just flat out. And it comes from heavy lifting. My calves, there might be a little bit of genetics there, but I did grow up doing sports. I played soccer, I played hockey, played basketball, played football. I was very active as a child, so a lot of my leg size and definition comes from that activity. Somebody just rolled up in the parking lot with a Corvette. They're beautiful cars, man. I wish I could afford one. I know when it comes to like the concept of supercars or hypercars, like Corvettes are like on the very lowest end of the spectrum. I think they are considered supercars. At least the new ones are. But I would love to have one. I'm too poor for that shit. All right, we're gonna knock out some reps here. I think I'm gonna actually go for more than 2 on this set. Just gotta knock some energy back into these legs. The goal is by the end of the year to have this machine totally maxed out. It maxes out at 8 plates on each side. We're at 7 right now. So this should be totally doable. I should be able to max this bad boy out. Oh. Ooh. Oh, let's get it. Okay. Anything over 1 rep, I'll be happy with. Okay. I don't think I've got more than that. That was rough. I didn't realize how much energy I had expended on that last set, so happy I even got 1 here. Man, I'm lightheaded after that. But now we're about to go into the fun quad exercises. So we're gonna do some leg extensions after this, as long as the machine stays open. I freaking love leg extensions. They really help with that connection, that mind-muscle connection, which for muscle building, mind-muscle connection is overrated. That's gonna piss some people off too, but it's true. At the end of the day, as long as you're doing a movement in its proper setting, where your form is good, you're doing that movement appropriate to how it's supposed to be done, you're gonna build that muscle if you're progressively overloading. Whether you feel it or not, you're building. Mind-muscle connection though is nice because for somebody like me who bodybuilds, I wanna be able to feel those muscles activating so that I can learn to consciously flex them. Like you guys can see when I flex my legs, it took a while to learn how to do that. Same thing with the biceps, same thing with the chest. And that came from building on that mind-muscle connection to get to where I can flex the individual muscles. So that's where I think mind-muscle connection can be the most beneficial. Not the most beneficial for building muscle, but wonderful in a bodybuilding setting. Now for the fun part, unloading all the weights. What a pain. Technically, you're not supposed to unload one side at a time. You're supposed to unload the weights kind of evenly because it can offset things and cause the machine to tip over. But this machine is bolted to the ground, so I'm a little less worried about that. There are gyms though that have a lot of machines that are not bolted. This gym actually has a lot that aren't either, but the leg machines are, so we're good. We're good. For now, anyways. Jeez. Undo this band real quick. There we go. Whew. And now we're gonna go to the leg extension. I keep my quad days very simple, guys. We do hack squats, we do leg extensions, and every now and then I'll hit a leg press. We'll do like a low stance leg press. But I don't really enjoy leg press all that much, so I don't try to hit the leg press all that often. And I don't really feel like I need to. Now with this machine, I totally max this machine out. Like, I actually have to use my gym pin every time that I come in here to load a little extra weight on there, because I can just kick up the entire stack. As you guys will see in a minute. So we have the whole stack loaded right now. And guys, if these were in the TikTok shop, I would totally be selling them, because they are one of the greatest tools. I use this thing almost every single workout that I do in the gym. Because when you max out a machine, you know, you're stuck with what you got there. And this right here, if your machine that you can max out has the little pinhole slots that this is designed to go into, then you can load up your Olympic plates on the other side, and you can therefore load up the machine even heavier, which is what we are going to do right now. There we go. We'll go one slot lower. There we go. That should work. I wonder if I can make this slot work. It's a little tight. That might actually make things potentially better. No, that won't work. Dang it. I was really hoping I could finagle this machine a little bit more effectively. It has its limitations, but we'll see what we can do. So we got an extra 90 pounds here. Come on. There we go. This might work. All right, so I was able to get the extra 90 on, and I know I can lift that. So we got 390 pounds. Do I get compliments from strangers? Every now and then I do. I think a lot of people get intimidated though to approach me, because I do have like hardcore RBF going on. Like, I don't know, I just don't look very approachable. And so people just assume that I'm probably a jerk or something. That's the one thing I have heard consistently from people in the past who have approached me. And they've told me, you know, I was scared to say anything to you because you look like somebody who would be a jerk. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you finally came and talked to me, because I don't try to be like that. All right, so we got 390 pounds. Let's see if we can get it. Hey. Yep. Not too bad. I'm gonna push this back a little bit. There we go. Despite being in a bulk, we still can see some good muscle separation in the quads. That's where it's at. So right now, I'm 6'2", body weight sitting in the 270s. My goal by the end of next year is to get close to 300 pounds. I'd like to be around 300 pounds before I lean out for my next bodybuilding show. But we're taking it slow. We want to try and make sure that we're building up mostly muscle. I don't want to be a fat 300 pounds. I want to be fairly lean. Not trying to pull a Lee Priest where I have to lose like 75 pounds just to compete. I can't believe that, man. He would drop 60, 70 pounds in like a 16-week prep. The dude's an animal. Arguably one of the best. All right. So we're gonna hit 390 pounds again. If I can manage to get over 10 reps with this, which I should be able to, then I'm gonna bump it up because I got enough space on here for at least a couple 25-pound plates. All right. 8, 9, 10. Oh yeah. Gym pin's kind of sliding out a little bit, but as long as it doesn't fall, it's okay, right? I'll give you guys a little view of how this setup looks. So there you got it. We have the full stack plus 2 plates on top of this gym pin right here. So 390-pound leg extension. Commonly, I'll see people make comments about how hard it is to increase the weight on the leg extension. A lot of that's due to body structure. Not everybody has the mechanical capacity to really load up a leg extension heavy because it puts you in a very disadvantaged situation when it comes to leverage. But I do think I'm going to throw 2 more plates on here. We're going to throw some 25-pounders on here, and hopefully it doesn't fall over. Yep. I don't know. It's a little precarious. I guess we'll find out. That other 25 is hanging by a thread. There we go. That's a little better view right there. Whew. Gonna take 1 more minute. I take long rest rest breaks. And the reason for that is allowing my body to replenish energy into the muscles. Rest time is so important. There's a lot of research out there, and the range in research for rest time is kind of broad. So BioLane's done quite a few posts on this subject, and there's another account that I follow. It's called No Bullshit Physio, and all that he posts is literature on lifting techniques. And of course, I do my own research too. As a fitness professional, somebody who has a degree in the field, it's very important to be able to back up everything that you're saying with some form of literature. And one thing I commonly tell people is your personal experiences do matter, but they're not the foundation of an argument. Your personal experiences are something that you can add to an argument. But if you want foundation in your argument, you have got to be able to list peer-reviewed scientific literature. At least when we're talking about this field. The literature matters. We can't ignore it. All right, so we got 390 plus 50. So we're at 440 pounds. I do have a funny feeling that one of these 25 pounders is going to slide off because it's barely hanging on. So we'll see what happens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I figured that would happen. 10, 11. It's an involuntary drop set. 12. Ow. Oh, that hurts. I think I might have died a little bit inside. That freaking hurt. There's the plate that dropped. Sally, yeah, that's entirely possible. I have never snapped a cable yet, but I have broken a number of nylon straps. I feel like for me to get strong enough to snap a cable, I'm gonna have to really turn up my game though. Maybe switch careers over to like powerlifting or strongman to get that level of strength. So I managed to get up to 10 reps before that plate fell, but I still had a 25 on top of it. So the last two, I did 12 reps. Let's see, what was that? So the last 2 reps would be 415 pounds. Yeah, 415. So we went from 440 down to 415 as like part of the little drop set, involuntary drop set. And when I'm working out with other people, I don't usually use the gym pin because I can just have somebody there pushing. The downside to having somebody push is you don't have a good gauge on how much weight that you're lifting, but you don't really need to. So I don't track my workouts. I don't write anything down. I just lift as heavy as I can within a very specific rep range. And I try to achieve muscular failure for 2 of my sets. Those are my working sets. So 2 sets per exercise, we try to achieve muscular failure or close to failure. So even if I'm not measuring how much weight is on there, if I have somebody pushing and I'm achieving that fail point, that's what matters. Oh shoot, I gotta put these weights away now. And then after this, I might try to hit a little bit of calves. I don't work calves very often because my calves are freaking huge. I don't need them getting any bigger. Another thing you'll never hear the average gym goer complain about, because everybody wants calves and not everybody has them.
Very strange.
All right, we made it. We survived another day. Gotta grab my bag. That's how you know there's no blood flow to the brain right now. It's all in the legs. I'm forgetting everything. So now I'm going to one of my favorite calf raise machines. Aaron, you've asked about carnivore diet quite a few times now. I've already talked about it quite a bit. I don't hate the carnivore diet. I don't think that it's, like with any diet, I don't think that you should be 100% involved into that diet to the point that that is your entire life. Diets, especially fad diets like carnivore, keto, vegan, vegetarian, those diets put you in such a very specified realm of nutrition. They are not meant to be done long term. Our bodies do not react well to those long term. There's a lot of essential vitamins, minerals, amino acids that you're not getting from doing one specific diet long term. You're gonna be missing out on something. And so I'm not a big fan of any of those diets for long-term use. For temporary use, yes, you might be doing it for health purposes. You might be doing it to lose some weight. You might be doing it because, you know, it makes you have less acne or something like that. But it needs to be cyclic. Our body's human nature, our entire existence has been a cyclic existence of summer, winter cycles, you know? Actually a spring, summer, fall, winter cycles. So we're talking, you know, periods of between 3 and 6 months at a time where you can have consistent nutrition. That's our evolutionary cycle. That's how humans are meant to be. So the more broad range your diet is, the better your diet is. The more essential minerals, the more essential amino acids, the more essential vitamins that you're getting by having that broad range. So I will never, ever, ever stand behind doing any of these fad diets long term. All right, let's see, calf raise. So this is called a donkey calf raise, and it's awkward as hell, but it also works really effectively. So you get in, you're bent over, the weight is on the small of your back, and then you just perform a calf raise like you would any other kind of calf raise variation. Lots of dorsiflexion and plantar flexion going on here. If you don't know what those words are, it's basically you just flexing your ankles up and down. Easy. That's so easy that I need to do that. All right, there we go. Look at that. We even have some veins popping through. It's not often I see leg veins, except for when I'm like a few weeks out from a show, then all the veins pop out. Again, guys, on TikTok, tank tops. They are posted in the TikTok shop. Check them out. Now, I don't run these little sales to make a lot of money. I'm not a salesman, but I do use the products that I do sell on TikTok. I believe in this company. EcoVision has been wonderful towards me. They are just in general a wonderful company. They third-party test most of their products. I think they're working on getting all of them third-party tested, but you know, that costs money and they're a small company, so you know, whatever. But good quality clothes, good quality supplements. And the owner's super, super generous and super kind, very humble man. So as long as that guy owns EcoVision, I will be supporting EcoVision. So yeah, whether you want to buy the stuff or not, or if it gets irritating seeing these TikTok shop ads coming across your feed, you know, I'm not over here trying to make a ton of money here. I've never been good at sales, so sales have never been something that I've relied on for money. But I am trying to support one of my favorite companies. So if you guys want to go support them too, help support me a little bit. I only get like $2 in commission off these, so it's really not a big deal. But by all means, check them out. They do have wonderful gym clothes, and they do have wonderful supplements. I take their pre-workouts every single day. I take their creatine every single day. I take their electrolyte complex every single day. Sleep supplement every single day. So it's obvious that I am 100% behind them. All right, I gotta hit another set of this. Here we go. Oh, my legs hurt. I wish I could get sponsored by the company that makes my shoes. I freaking love these shoes. They're Brooks. Absolutely wonderful. Whew. Oh, that burns. Man, my legs are killing me today. What's that?
I did leg day and I felt low.
It's a tough day. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to hit abs too. Abs are not gonna be fun. Thanks for the likes on the live stream, guys. Thank you. Oh man, we hurting. All right. Just gotta suck it up. Suck it up and keep working. You guys are in for a little bit of a treat because I like never film my ab workouts. So this will be a little different. Give you guys a little bit of a perspective as to some of the stuff that I do for abs. Now I only train abs like maybe once a week. It's not a movement that I view as being necessary. And when I do train my abs, it's typically obliques. So for the obliques, I'll do things like side crunches, which is just getting on a machine like this and crunching up and down. You can add weight if you need to. And if I was to add weight, I would just hug it to my side like this. And then switch sides. Easy, easy work. Course, part of your core is also your lower back. So I'll do a little bit of lower back work where I deliberately round my spine and then contract it. This is why they call this particular mechanism the back hyperextension, because here you have lots of extension going on. And then here you have lots of flexion going on. And your lower back is a part of your core. So when you're training your core, don't forget to hit that. What do you call a guy that uses his girlfriend's food stamps? John Wick. Oh, that's funny. Jeez. Oh, George, the technicalities, man. Wick has its similarities. It still is one of those social programs. Oh, it's all you, man. Sorry about that. No, you're good. You're good.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, Wick has its similarities to food stamps, so it's still a pretty funny joke. I'm way more tired than I feel like I should be. But we're about to hit some more obliques. Try not to be in too many people's way. And we're gonna add a little bit of weight to it. As I said, we grab a weight and then we hug it. Not too bad. Woo. I know I didn't have abs posted in the explanation for my videos in the description, but whatever. Abs are still important, guys. They're just not as necessary. If you're doing all your other movements, your abs by default will be activated. And that's part of the reason why I don't train them all the time. Because everything else that I do forces ab contraction. You know, it forces my core to be activated. So, you know, hitting them like once a week has been sufficient for me. Joel, hi. Welcome to the live stream. All right, time to hug this weight too. Eight, 9, 10. Not too shabby. Oh, that's painful. To all my TikTokers right now, if you haven't yet, please go subscribe to the Instagram and the YouTube channels, because TikTok may not be around for too much longer. Those of you on YouTube, thank you for showing support to my channel, subscribing. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna try and get the YouTube channel, we're gonna try and get that YouTube channel built up. Spine reps, well, your spine does need to be worked. You do realize your spine is a series of joints. They are meant to flex, extend. They are meant to twist from side to side. And you've got your spinal erector muscles, which go all the way up the spine. And those muscles are important to work. They're not meant to just sit there and look pretty. They're meant to be used. So yeah, spine reps. It's a real thing, and it should be done. I wish I knew back when I was younger what I know now about the spine and about exercise, because I could have saved myself a whole bunch of injuries. All right, here we go. Not bad. Now there's a way to take this movement and turn it into a glute movement. Give me a second to breathe. So right now I have the hip pad placed where it's actually high up on my hips. So I'm actually getting quite a bit of rounding where the pad presses into my stomach but it allows for my spine to round at the lower lumbar, which is great for working those erector muscles down at the base of your hips. But if you want to transition it to your glutes, you would move the pad down a little bit. So the pad is actually more against your thighs, against your quads. And that'll allow for you to hinge with your hips over the pad so it's not pushing into your gut, forcing a rounded spine. And so you can then angle your toes out, slight bend to the knees to activate the hamstring a little bit. And with the angled toes, the slight bend, and the lack of need to round your spine, you can concentrate much more on contracting your glutes. It basically turns into essentially a more stable version of an RDL. So, little trick for you guys who are trying to get more glutes out of your workouts, you know, trying to grow them booties. You can do it very well on a back hyperextension. You just have to set the pad at the correct angle. That's basically all I do for abs. I don't do a whole lot of other stuff. When I got my critiques from my last bodybuilding show, abs were not one of my critiques, so I haven't really worried too much about working them, because if they're not a problem, then I'm not going to waste a ton of time and energy working them. Right now, the muscles I got to really bring up for my bodybuilding career is my chest. I got to build up more of my lower pecs. My upper pecs, they said, are actually a little bit overdeveloped, and my lower pecs are a little underdeveloped. And so I got to bring out the lower pecs, and then I got to build thickness in my back. I've got a nice wide back, but the muscles just need a little more density, a little more thickness to them. And that's just the critiques from my last bodybuilding show. Things change every season. It's basically, you know, it's constant evolution. We're just trying to evolve to be the best that we can be at whatever it is that we're doing. Oh my gosh, I am sore and I am tired. So I'm gonna go hit up the treadmill. You guys are welcome to join me. I'll probably turn off the YouTube live stream for the treadmill, just because it's not that interesting anyways. But I'll keep the TikTok live stream going. And part of the reason why I'm doing that is because YouTube, I will be posting the live stream so people can go back and rewatch it. And nobody wants to watch somebody just walk on a treadmill for YouTube, so yeah, we'll do the cutoff there. And here we are. So YouTube, thank you for joining me today. Again, if you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. TikTok, stay tuned, because we are gonna keep rolling for at least a little bit longer.